Hi, everybody. How you guys doing? This is Just People again. It is us. Yes, it is us indeed. Mokonzi and Shadia. Yes. Hi, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. I mean, everything in between. Thank you for being with us today again. And thank you for playing this video. We appreciate you guys. And as always, we want to ask you guys to please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Now, you guys know this platform if you've been with us for a little bit. And if you haven't been with us yet, this platform is about people. And what do we mean by people? We just mean that it's about authentic people that come together and just discuss subjects, any kind of subject. There's no, there's no particular niche or anything like that. Current events, news, whatever you want, we discuss it here. But the good thing about this is that we are free thinkers. No, powers owns us, pays us anything. It's you guys supporting us, right? And not only that, but we are also giving you our opinion. And by giving you our opinions and dialogue, our expertise, it allows you to see another aspect, another angle into things, right? If you're someone that does not think like either one of us here, right? Or it does this too for you. It also allows you to see that there are other people that think just like yourself. And then you can sit back and relax and be like, I'm not alone. Yes, you are not alone. And the people that don't think like us get to see why we think the way we think. And if they still have questions, well, they came to the right place. Comment section down below. Yes. So today we got something incredible, great subject for you guys. But before I keep on going, I'd like to give a shout out to Shadia real quick. I'm going to drop the subject right now and then allow her to come in. You know what I mean? Just come in, just featuring, just come in. So our subject today is love a guaranteed gift or work? Is it work? So Shadia, please give us an opening word. And if you want, you can jump in, or if you want me to preface it, I can preface it. Anything goes. We are here for love, no hate.
Great. Thank you, Mokonzi, and peace and blessings to everyone. Welcome. Hello. Like he said, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Thanks for tuning in. As a reminder, we are new. We're growing, so we would like you to please subscribe to the channel down below. It's as easy as a click of a button. You don't have to do much. Like the video, share the video, comment any suggestions, feedback, questions, anything you have. And since we're growing our community, we also have started some pages on social media, which we'll also be sharing in our link, in our information down below, so that you can access all the various ways to get in touch with us and view our videos and content. So thanks so much. Thank you for the warm welcome, Mokonzi. I always appreciate you. And this topic today is love a guaranteed gift or work? I think yesterday I kind of dove in, you know what I mean? So I think you should preface first today. We'll take turns. We like to take turns. It's all about love. We take turns and sharing and sharing. So by all means, you take the mic first, and I'm gonna sit back and jot a few things down.
Let me grab the mic. So this is a little bit different of a subject today, and is love a guarantee gift or work? So for me, I think that you can go multiple different ways when it comes to love, right? There are multiple levels that you can look at, such as like relationship, romantic relationship when it comes to love, or you can have it like not romantic, right? You can have family, you can also have community love, you can have love that is just true, and you can have infatuation love, right? Kind of not true love, but for us, we think that it is love because it presents such emotions. It touches, such emotions in us, and we end up thinking, oh my gosh, this is love. So to kind of go into it a little bit before I send it back to Shadia, is that for me, I think that we need to really understand what love is. And in order to do that, we want to kind of look at the definition of love. And let me quickly get that definition up here, and so that we can all of us kind of read it for you guys really fast.
I'm so glad you did that, because I was thinking like it would be important for us to define what love is first, and then the definition of love, and then what love means to us, even to take it a step further. But the dictionary definition definitely gives us a foundation. I'm so glad you did that.
Of course, because love is so, I mean, it's complicated, it's complicated to say the least. But the definition that I'm able to see right now is an intense feeling of deep affection, a great interest and pleasure in something, feeling deep affection for someone, like or enjoy very much. So that is the definition of love. So Shadia, would you like to jump back in, or do you think I should a little bit more?
Okay, so I'll take it from there with the definition, the deep affection for someone, a like of someone, and so forth. So is it a guaranteed gift or work? For me to answer that question directly and clearly, I would say it is both. And I'll touch on each one real quick. So a guaranteed gift. Now, when you say different relationship wise, like romantic, familial, friendships and so forth, that kind of love, I believe, is a guaranteed gift. For the most part. Now it comes down to it with family. People say this all the time, like you don't have to like them, but you have to love them when it comes to family. And I guess that's just because you have those blood ties, you have that history, you grew up around, and so forth. So in that instance, almost always it's guaranteed. In other instances, let me say in that instance, in healthy familial relationships, it's guaranteed. Obviously, there are different factors that can make something an unhealthy familial relationship, in which case love may not be present. But most of us growing up in a healthy family, we love our family. And by healthy, I mean no abuse is present, no, harm is being done, those sorts of things. So yeah, love is a guaranteed gift when it comes to healthy familial relationships, in my opinion. When it comes to friendships, I think love is a guaranteed gift that grows. So for example, when you first meet someone, it's like, okay, we click, we're cool with each other. Do you love them off the bat? Usually not. But as you grow in friendship experiences, likes, whatever it is that you do with your friends, as you grow together and share with each other, that love forms, and it is guaranteed. You know what I mean? Like it's a guaranteed gift of we have grown together and we now like each other. We have a deep affection for one another. And based on that dictionary definition, we love one another. And then finally, of course, when it comes to romantic relationships, I don't think it's a guaranteed gift, and I think it is where the most work needs to be done. Typically, with romantic relationships is two complete strangers coming together to learn each other. And it can go back to even the friendship part of it. Most people that say they like fell in love and so forth, they start out as friends. You know what I mean? So with the romantic relationship, it is the work though that keeps that love thriving. Because with your friends, right? You visit your friends, they go home, you go home. Your family too. You visit your family, they go home, you go home. But when it comes to romantic relationships, especially the ones where you are cohabitating, it's a whole different level of love. It's like I have to love you when you're snoring. I have to love you when you leave your socks on the floor. I have to love you when you're being grumpy and grouchy and not very nice. You know what I mean? Like I have to love you through these things if it is my goal to keep this relationship thriving and continuing. So I believe that's where the work comes in, is with the love of a romantic relationship. And then let me just speak real quick from the perspective of a parent. That to me, as a parent, is a guaranteed love that I give to my children, but it is also work. And when I say that, I mean that you only get one shot with your kids, right? So you have to teach them the best you can, and you have to teach them to be the best versions of themselves when they grow up. But along the way, you bump into different things about them that you may see that's like, what's this? I don't know. You know, and you got to put in that work, because that kind of love is the kind that's like, I'm wholly responsible for you and who you become. So I have to love you and nurture these different parts of you while also assisting you with the parts of you that are not so positive or not so healthy. So that particular relationship is a guaranteed gift, and work is required, you know. So yeah, it's a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Okay. I like it. You know, I like the angles that you've taken. For me, I think that I'm gonna kind of look at it as a broad thing here, but for me, I think love, when it comes to either being a gift, a guaranteed gift, or work, I think love is more of work than it is a gift. So in our society, as an example today, we see we've grown up, at least myself, and some of the people that I have had in my life around me growing up. And this, I'm going to kind of touch on the romantic side first, right? And with this point, we've grown up watching, you know, certain things on TV, media, you know, movies, and so on and so forth. And what they have depicted, you know, time after time, is that love just, you know, just happens, right? Where you see someone and, oh, love at first sight, and you fall in love with that person. But what you see in those kind of relationships, when we take the movie out, when you walk out of that movie theater and you gotta throw away your drink and your popcorn bag, and then you gotta go hit, you know, reality and go out there, is you do get that love at first, right? You see this person, and that love, I think, is not necessarily love. It's more of attraction, right? It's more of infatuation. Like you are looking at that person, you know, different aspects, because you don't know, like you said, you may be strangers, right? Maybe you guys didn't grow up together, you know, in the same communities and whatever. And since you don't know that person, what makes you fall in love is how they look or how they act, right? You don't know exactly what they do behind closed doors, but how they act in front of people.
Right.
So fast forward, a lot of relationships today, we see that people are not staying together, right? And you ask yourself, where did it go wrong? Weren't they in love? You find a new couple, and when you ask them, you talk to them, they're like, oh my gosh, I love her. Oh, I love him. And then you come back 5 years later, oh man, that man, man, what? That's old story right there. That's like, man, he was, and then it's like, well, when I go back to the beginning, like you had googly eyes for each other, holding hands, like little kids or something like that. And then you find out that no, it is not just the surface. Love goes deeper than that. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to kind of touch when it comes to like non-romantic, because that's romantic, and I'll go back into romantic. When we go into the non-romantic, one thing I like that you said was that, it is a gift. And I agree with the gift part, but a guarantee is still not a guarantee, because some families, don't mesh, right? Mm-hmm. So, which means what? Which means that there has to be work. But when you are in a family setting, what ends up happening is that you have this underlying understanding that, hey, we are going to work through this. All right. Yeah. We have nobody else. This is blood, like people like to say. This is thicker than blood. I mean, and you have people people get mad at each other, because every single one of us is different. Even when you are part of a certain family, we are individuals. So we have our own likes, our own dislikes. So what you and your sister like, could be completely different than what you and your brother like, right? What she does isn't what you do. You can look at her and be like, we had that conversation, you and I, where, you were telling me of your siblings. Everyone had its own, preference of something that we were talking about. And it made me laugh, because I'm like, every single one of your siblings, every single one got their own preference. And then when one critiques the other's preference, it's like, if you don't like it, give it to me. I like it. I'll handle it, right? But you end up learning how to be patient with each other. You end up learning how to be kind with one another, right? And there is actually another definition that I liked a lot, which is from the Bible. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. Okay. So that sums up love like very well, right? Kind and patience. And when we go back into the romantic side, people, because of the way certain societies, Western societies, most of the time, have shaped what love looks like, they've taken away the understanding that you need to have patience and you need to work through things. So, okay, you are in a relationship and you find that person that, you think, this person is awesome or whatever. And you guys are going through things, through life. And when the first hard, bump on the road comes up, you then say to yourself, like, you panic, right? You panic. Oh, I don't like the way they reacted. I don't like what they did. Like, no, I will not take that. That right there. No, me, me, I can't. Exactamundo. I can't do that. And for me, it's like, okay, you've been part of a family, and you have seen in a family that it takes patience. You have seen that it takes work. In a family, it's every day. When you're growing up, it's every day, right? Even when you're a kid, you're like, you want to do something and your parents say, nah. But that doesn't mean that you're going to be done with them. I'm done with you.
Right.
Right. But in relationships, for some reason, people have this view of things, thinking that, oh, no, you approach me in a certain way, you do something, there's one no, that's it. That's it. I can't take this ever again. So I think we need to remember that being able to look at the love that we have for the people that are close to us, that we have learned to love. It's a process of learning. It's like educational love. And then use that same framework in romantic relationships, right? In a romantic setting. Because when you get in a romantic setting, there are a lot of things that's going to happen. And because you are strangers, like you said, you guys don't know each other. You guys have different experiences, different backgrounds, different cultures, different languages. You need to be able to see that, recognize that, right? Even when we talk about addiction, you need to recognize it first. And then say, okay, now that I see that is an addiction, what are the steps I need to take? Where can I get help? And also you can reach out to people that have been successful. Another thing that we see in romantic love, for example, romantic settings, is that when people get, in their own feelings or whatever, they have the tendency to go ask someone who's failed. Someone who's going to, or not someone who's failed, but someone who is going to tell them exactly what they want to hear.
What they want to hear.
Yeah. And obviously, you're not going to get very far if you go ask someone that is going to tell you exactly what you want to hear, or someone who has failed in their own relationships. Those types of relationships, or whatever relationship it is, because there's also the communal relationship, right? Communal relationship, I think about it as, what do you do when you are in public, when you are with people? What type of love, what type of actions, what type of reactions, you have for other cultures, right? To be able to respect them, right? To be able to have that tolerance. All of that equals and sums up into love, So yeah, looking at all those different aspects on both sides, and on all three sides, actually, the communal, the family, and also the romantic, I think that it takes work. And when the attraction is over, what do you have left? It's the work. You work at it slowly to keep up that fire, right? Sometimes people come in and they think they take things for granted. Oh, I got her now. You know what I mean?
I'm let go.
Yeah, I put 3 kids in that. You know what I mean? Now,
she ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, she ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna drink my beers and have this big belly and then like, no, you gotta keep up yourself as much as she's trying to keep up herself, and understand what it is that you want of her and try to help her through that as she's trying to help you also through things, because it's a team. Love is teamwork.
Yeah,
it is a partnership, exactly. In family, in a community, how to the etiquette, you know, and in a relationship. I wanted to end it. Go ahead.
You want to end real quick? I have a question because of something you said that made me want to. So I guess this question is based on personal values, but is the determination of a successful or failed love relationship longevity? Like, is the longer you're together means that you're successfully, like, you know what I mean? Your love relationship was successful. And then if it's shorter, then you failed. Like, let me just share my opinion on it and tell you why I asked that. So I have had people in the past who I loved, and I loved what they brought to my life. I loved how I made felt around them. I loved the things that we did together and all of those things. And then those things, those love relationships, whether friendships or romantic, I've never had a real fallout love relationship with my family members, thankfully, and I'm grateful for that. But love relationship and friendship relationships, I loved them, and then I didn't. And I don't even know if I would say that I failed in our love relationship because we're no longer friends or we're no longer together. I think that everything has a start and an end, right? So the same, I believe, goes for love relationships. So I loved you for the, 2 or 3 years or 7 or 8 years or 10 or 15 years. And now I love you enough to let you go, or I love you and my love has come to an end. Either way, this love relationship is no longer, but I don't consider that a failure. I just consider that the expiration of it. But again, it goes back to personal values. Do you believe, or personal beliefs, do you believe that love should be endless? Do you believe that love should never have an expiration date? Should love be unconditional, and so forth and so on? But yeah, personally, I don't believe in success and failure of a love relationship. I just believe that like the saying goes, it's a blessing or a lesson. So I loved you for a time and now I don't. I loved you for a time, but we let each other go, and that's fine. There's no success or failure. It's just life, and we move forward from it.
For me, I think that I see your point, and maybe we don't want to classify it as failure and success, but if love is work and you end the love that you had between each other, so it also depends on how you're ending that love that you had between each other, right?
A lot of variables, yeah.
Yes, a lot of variables. And one thing that you said too earlier when I was speaking was it's a partnership, right? Yes. So because love is a partnership, if the other party is willing to love you back, and to work alongside you, then that love will continue, right? And because love is work, again, love can only end if you end the work. If both of you end the work, right? If one person ends the work, it's over. Yes. So if your love is over, how do you classify that? Maybe those words were a strong failure, but how do you classify that your love is over? It means someone, it might not be you, right? You might be the person that really wanted to continue that relationship, right? You wanted to be part of that community, and that community rejected you, could not understand you. You wanted to be part of that one-on-one relationship, and that person did not understand you, rejected you, or wasn't willing to work with you, to learn, and then it ends, pop. and work is supposed to be work and continuous work. So yes. Now, if we say that it's a failure, it doesn't necessarily reflect wrong on you. You know, that's another another thing that comes with when you think the failure. Oh, failure. This love was a failure, and you think that you failed. No, it doesn't necessarily reflect on you, on solely you, because of the fact that it took two people to be part of it, right? It took a group of people to be into this love. So as a result, you can't walk out of it thinking, you got your head down. I'm a failure for not continuing, even though it was beating me. I should have kept being in love with him or working on that love and so on and so forth. No, there are certain situations where there's no more love. It's not love that we're talking about, because love, you heard what the Bible, said. Love is kind. Love is patient. Now, if we get away from those kinds of things and we get into something else, that is no more love. So it's not necessarily a failure. It becomes something else, and you have to retract yourself from that situation, and you did not fail love. You did not fail at love yourself, right? So I hope that kind of, answers a little bit what I'm talking about here, but yes,
Thanks for sharing my answer. Thank you for sharing it. I just kind of wanted to see where that was, fit in that failure and success thing. So yeah, that's very interesting response. Thanks for that.
I appreciate you for your question. Did you have anything else for our beautiful people out there, or are we wrapping up now and until the next one?
We should wrap up till the next time. Let's keep a little bit for the next time.
Okay, cool. All right, family. Thank you so much. Again, this was another one, a great one. We had a wonderful back and forth. This is what this is about. And we've always said also on this platform that you guys are welcome on the platform to come alongside us. We can have a guest here and there and speak with us. And like Shadia said to you guys in the beginning, we have ways now for you guys to contact us on social media and so on and so forth. We're growing on multiple different areas. Very soon, we're going to drop a website and work on getting some swag as well. So, feel free to comment. If you want to be on this platform, yes, comment. That's what it's about. Let us know what you think. What you thought about this subject and what we talked about. Maybe I don't know enough. I want to learn. I want to learn alongside you guys. Maybe it's Shadia. Whatever. Come. We are not afraid.
Nope.
That's what we're here for. We want to grow with all of you guys. So please comment, liking helps us so much. Subscribe as well. We love you for it, and that allows us to continue making this content for you guys out there, with love and everything else, and give you guys a different aspect. I feel like Shadia wants to put in a little bit of some, so I'm gonna retract myself for now.
I just wanted to add, you said like and comment and subscribe. I just also wanted to say share as well, because sharing is free advertisement. Sharing is free. Sharing is free. I said it 3 times for a reason. It's very important that you understand that we're not asking anyone to do anything that takes them outside of, that digs into your pockets or, takes you outside of doing anything but a click of a button. So it's free. It's simple. It is support You know, the people that I have on here, the people that Mackenzie has on here, and all the new people that are coming are people who have chosen to support us. So please support us in the way that best helps us by doing that. Share the content, subscribe to the content, comment, like, all of those things. Those are the kinds of things that help us grow and give us the ability to grow in resources, grow in our abilities, and really spread our, you know, our dialogues and grow our dialogue conversations to a greater community, and also receive information from a larger community. So thanks so much for allowing us to do this again. It's always a pleasure, Mackenzie. It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for sharing and for listening.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Shadia. Shadia is an awesome co-host with myself. Thank you, guys. Blessings again. I think Shadia basically closed this out. She did. She said everything that needed to be said. You know, tell one, tell another, so that our influence can grow and all of you guys can be part of this and we can all learn together. The further we can go, the more we can reach people and the more we can influence people, impact people in a good way, in a positive way, in a loving way, because different views sometimes are hard to find in today's world, you know, because media is a certain way or you go here is a certain way, but you don't get to see the other side of different thought processes. So with love and affection and blessings, enjoy your day, morning, afternoon, night, anything in between. And we'll see you guys next one on the next one.
Peace.
Bye.